CBR. CBR is also one of the integration tool. And the Microsoft Vista. Microsoft Vista is also one of the integration tool. We are having Dell Boomi. So now from Dell organization, we are having an integration tool that is called as a Boomi. Dell Boomi is also one of the integration tool to integrate that Salesforce with some external systems. And then we have Informatica Cloud. Informatica Cloud is one of the product through which we can able to integrate that Salesforce with some third-party systems. Along with that, MuleSoft. Previously, MuleSoft is a separate organization, but right now MuleSoft comes under Salesforce now. MuleSoft has been acquired by Salesforce. And then, along with that, we are having some App Exchange products. App Exchange products. As part of App Exchange, we are having so many products are available over here. We can use some integration tools like as Kitco, Web Methods, CBR, Microsoft Vista, Dell's Boomi, Informatica Cloud, Salesforce MuleSoft, and then we are having the App Exchange products. Along with that, we are having some Jitterbit. Jitterbit is also one of the integration tools, and along with that, we are having the Cast Iron. Like that, we have so many integration tools are available in our IT industry. Through these tools, we can able to integrate. Along with that, we are having some specific products are also available as part of App Exchange. Inside that App Exchange, we are going to be using this App Exchange products also. Now, so now along with that, now in this case, so now we are having this App Exchange products also. When you go to that Salesforce App Exchange, we can see so many products related to integration feature. Like for example, when you go to that App Exchange, as part of this App Exchange, you know how to open this App Exchange, what are the applications are available, you are aware of. In our initial concept, we have discussed. When you go to this App Exchange, you will be having one category called as especially integration. So now as part of this integration, we can able to see what are the various App Exchange products are available, which are especially designed for integration of Salesforce with some third-party applications. Now we can able to use that. That is nothing but dataloader.io. This is one of the tools. Jitterbit. And then we are having the eShop synchronization over here for the eShopify. And then Salesforce connector and the Jira tool. For the Jira, we can integrate with that Salesforce. And then we are having the simple import in order to import the data over here. And then GraphSQL, we can able to connect the Salesforce with any database, and we can able to execute that query, get the data we can able to represent in the form of the pictorial format. And then we are having the Agile Connect over here. Salesforce, we can able to interact with the Jira tool also here. We can able to integrate. So like that, here we are going to be having the various integration tools are available. Okay, we are having various integration tools are available through which we can able to integrate your Salesforce with that other third-party applications. Now, so like that, if you want to see some more, then click on show more. We can able to see. Salesforce to Outlook also we can integrate. Salesforce to Gmail also we can integrate. Salesforce to WhatsApp also we can integrate. Like that, so many applications are available as part of this integration domain. So that here we can able to collect all those applications as well here. So now in this case, by using this particular App Exchange products, we can able to integrate that Salesforce with any external systems also without writing any code. Now, so along with that here, the second one, as part of the Salesforce organization, okay, as part of my Salesforce organization, we are having one specific feature given by Salesforce, Salesforce to Salesforce integration. Whenever you are going to be integrating that Salesforce to transfer the data, at that time we are going to be using Salesforce to Salesforce integration feature, which has been given by Salesforce by default. It is an inbuilt feature of Salesforce. We no need to install anything. It's not an App Exchange product. It's a ready-made feature given by Salesforce as part of your organization. Let me show you. When you go to your Salesforce organization, here we are having a feature called as Salesforce to Salesforce. Go to the customize Here we are having an option called as Salesforce to Salesforce. That means we can able to integrate one Salesforce instance with another Salesforce instance without writing any code, just by using mouse pointers. We'll see tomorrow we are discussing about the Salesforce to Salesforce integration. Without writing any code, how can we connect two Salesforce organization that may be from two different regions also? Those may not be in the same region, those may not be in the same server, those may be from different servers also, those may be from different regions also. How can we pass the data, how to transfer the records from one Salesforce organization to another Salesforce organization? We'll see with the help of this Salesforce to Salesforce integration facility in Salesforce. So this is one inbuilt facility which have been given by Salesforce. Here we'll see how to implement this functionality step by step. Practical part we'll see in tomorrow's session. And then, along with that, Salesforce is providing one platform, a separate platform given by Salesforce that is called as Heroku platform. Heroku platform has been defined by Salesforce, implemented by Salesforce, especially for the integration of Salesforce with some third-party applications. So in this case, these are the various ways are available here. Okay, these are the various ways are available. Whenever if you want to integrate that Salesforce with some third-party systems, we have the first way is a declarative. That means without writing any code, just by using mouse pointers, we can integrate that Salesforce with some third-party systems as well. For that one, we are using integration tools like the TIPCO, Web Methods, CBR, Microsoft Vista, Dell's Boomi, Informatica Cloud, MuleSoft, Jitterbit, Cast Iron, and the various app exchange products are also available for us. And along with that, as part of our Salesforce organization, we are having a feature called as Salesforce to Salesforce integration feature, which has been given by Salesforce. Through this feature also, we can able to integrate the Salesforce application with another Salesforce application. Now, this is especially for Salesforce to Salesforce only, not for Salesforce to third party. Salesforce to Salesforce feature is applicable only from one Salesforce organization to another Salesforce organization to integrate, to transfer the data. And the third one, Heroku platform. So these are the three ways are available which are comes under declarative integration. And the next one, programmatic integration. Sometimes these tools may not be sufficient. I want to go with programmatically. I want a real-time integration. I want a real-time integration. Then how can we implement a real-time integration? So now at that time, real-time means what? On the spot. On the spot. Like for example, whenever I'm depositing some money inside my branch, then it is going to be updating in the another branches also, remaining branches also. Centralized server also will be updating over here. I can deposit the money in the bank, okay, right now in a specific branch from Hyderabad. Then immediately after few seconds, now my friend or my father can take the money from the another state also. But branch to branch servers are different. So whenever they are going to be updating my balance inside that branch server, immediately it is going to be updating in the centralized server also. From that they can able to withdraw the money as well. That means real-time integration. Sometimes you can go with that. Scheduled integration. Scheduling means what? Based on some specific time period, like as for every half an hour, for every 1 hour, for every 2 hours. If you want to integrate, that means if you want to post those transactions, at that time we can go with that scheduled integrations also. Scheduled integrations. Now, in this case here, whenever if you want to do that integration tool programmatically, then we are going to be using some separate features as part of Salesforce. So as part of Force.com platform, we are having few features are available here. First one is for the programmatical integration, we are going to be using email services. This is also called as email integration in Salesforce. Email integration. So I think you might be aware of that. Okay, you might be aware of. Okay, we have discussed about a concept called as email programming. As part of email programming that I told you, so now by using email programming, we can send the email notifications to the people and we can receive the email notifications also. How to send? That means outbound. How to send? by using single email message class, mass email message class. How to receive the email notifications? For that one, we are using an interface called as inbound email handler. So now at that time, we are going to be using the feature called as email services. We will see how to implement email integration. Also, we'll see practical concept with a practical real-time use case, and then we'll implement this functionality. Also, we'll see how can we implement the email integration. We'll see practically. For that one, we are using that interface called as messaging that inbound email handler interface as part of this email integration. We'll see how to do that. We'll see practically also. Next, along with that, we are going to be using some APIs. Salesforce has given so many APIs to you in order to have the integrations over here. Like we are using REST API. In REST API. So now REST in the sense represents because representational state transfer. Representational state transfer. This is the API which has been given by Salesforce as part of this REST API. We are using some set of ready-made classes like as HTTP class, HTTP request class, HTTP response class. By using these classes, we can able to integrate the Salesforce with some third-party systems also. So nowadays everybody is using that REST API only. Because REST is very easy to implement, very easy to pass the content, because it is going to be transferring the data in the form of JSON format. REST is newly implemented based on JSON format of response. JSON format.
Sir.
JavaScript object notation. Yeah.
Sir. So what is the difference between REST API and SOAP API?
We will see. We'll see that. In the further concept, we'll see how to implement REST, how to implement that SOAP also.
Okay.
Now, we'll see both as part of integration. Now, so we'll see when coming to the REST integration, REST API, REST is a very lightweight API, which is providing some set of ready-made classes, which will be very easy to implement, very easy to extend the data between the multiple applications by integrating that Salesforce with the third-party system. Any system we can able to integrate. That facility is available over there. Because REST is going to be purely extending the data in the form of a JSON format. JSON means JavaScript object notation. JavaScript object notation, which is a very lightweight, which is very easy to pass the content over. We'll see what exactly the JSON concept, how to pass the JSON format of data by using the JSON classes, JSON parser class, and the JSON generator classes. We'll see practically this concept also. Nowadays, everybody is using JSON format. Everybody is going to be using REST implementation. Especially REST implementation is utilizing with the smartphones, mobiles, and then the various backing systems. Everybody is going to be utilizing that REST API only nowadays because REST is very lightweight. It is a very lightweight, very easy to pass, very easy to integrate with the third-party systems. So that here everybody is using nowadays. It is the most advanced one. It's the most advanced one. The people are purely using this REST API. When you go to some databases, these databases are storing the data in the form of JSON format. Generally, in our database, the data we are storing in the form of tabular formats. There are some tables are available, some columns are available. In that one, it is storing the data. But when you go to some database, like as for example, we have a database called as MongoDB. MongoDB is purely storing the data in the form of JSON format because JSON format of response is very faster. Like for example, one small example. Whenever we are going to searching for some hotels, suppose if you are planning for a vacation to go to some Bangalore or to go to some Pune or to go to some other tourist places, then at that time we are booking some hotels by using the various websites like as MakeMyTrip.com also, or by using some ivivo.com, or we are having the websites are available to search for the hotels like as Oyo Rooms. Various websites are available. Whenever you are typing some information, immediately it is fetching the data very fastly because those databases are purely using MongoDB. They're using purely JSON, parsing in the path, searching the data in JSON is very faster. That's what here most of the applications are using the MongoDB nowadays. Now, we'll see that here. How can we use this REST API as well, and how to use this JSON format? How can we pass this JSON content? Also, everything we'll see. And then the next one is the third one we are using, that SOAP API. SOAP API. SOAP means Simple Object Access Protocol. Simple Object Access Protocol. This is another API which has been given by Salesforce by default. By using this SOAP API also, we can able to integrate that Salesforce with some third-party applications. But this is heavyweight implementation because SOAP API is purely based on the XML format of request and response. That means whatever the request you want to send, whatever the response you are getting, that will be purely in the form of XML. Passing this XML is a bit typical when compared with the JSON. In REST API, so now we are going to be using the JSON format of request and response. Response will be in the form of the JSON format. But SOAP API will be purely supporting XML. So now XML parsing here will be taking some more time. It is purely based on the WSDL files. So now the SOAP API implementation will be purely done based on the WSDL files, WSDL files, web service description language files. Web service description language files. So we have to generate the WSDL file. Based on the WSDL files only, we can able to integrate that Salesforce with some third-party applications with the help of SOAP API. But very few cases will use that SOAP API because nowadays everybody is using REST API only because REST API is very, very faster than the SOAP API. Now, the next one. The fourth one is we are going to be using a feature called as outbound messaging. I think you know this one. You might be have heard about this word, outbound messaging, where we have used this word in the workflows. In the workflow rules, we have discussed about that as part of configuration. We have discussed when coming to the workflow rule is having 4 types of actions. Like we can able to send the email notifications, we can update the fields, we can assign a task to the user, and along with that, we can send an outbound message also to the external system. So now here in this case, as part of that workflow rule, through workflow rules also we can able to send an outbound message to the third-party system in the form of XML format. XML format by using a SOAP message here. Here also it is using the SOAP format of message mode. SOAP API internally to use. We have to generate that XML format of WSDL file, and then we need to send it to the third-party system. They can able to consume that. So for that reason, we are using these outbound messages. So these are the 4 features are available as part of programmatical integration here in Salesforce. Now, in this case, as part of this Salesforce, as part of this integration, we are going to be discussing about the declarative integration by using that Salesforce to Salesforce. We'll see how to use this Salesforce to Salesforce integration. We'll see practically, and then we'll see the concept of programmatical integration by using email services and the REST API. In REST API, we'll see both how to expose our services, how to consume the third-party services. Both we'll see practically because this is the most important one as part of real-time implementation, as part of your profile, as part of interview process also. So that here REST implementation is a very commonly using here nowadays. Everybody is using this REST implementations here. Especially this has been designed for the mobile applications and the tab devices, and then any banking systems. Every application we can able to connect through REST implementation, which is very, very easy, very, very lightweight. We no need to use any XML formats. We can able to use with the help of JSON format. JSON format of responses parsing is very, very easy, very, very lightweight. And then we are having the concept of SOAP API also, how we implement the SOAP API. Through this SOAP API, how can we integrate that Salesforce with some third-party systems? We'll see practically also over here. Now, as part of this REST API, we'll see how to build our own web services. Okay, how to build our own web services also we can able to, we'll see practically as well. how to build our own web services, and how can we expose to the third-party systems, and then how can we consume the third-party applications, web services will see practically as part of this REST API and the SOAP API both. Now, so these are the various features we are going to be discussing as part of this integration. We'll see both the declarative integration and then programmatical integration also as part of our integration course. Now, so now let's see here. So what exactly the integration? Let me explain now. That already we have discussed. What are the things that I have discussed? I have documented inside my screenshots. Let's see. Now, so when coming to the integrations, here what exactly the integration? So now when coming to the enterprise, nothing but a business or an organization. An enterprise uses many applications which is designed to manage the data related to that part of the business. That means when coming to the organization, they may be having so many departments, so many portfolios are available, so many branches are available. In each and every branch, they are using some different applications to automate that business specific data, that department specific data, or that branch specific data. So now in this case, whatever the application that we are using in each and every department, those applications may not be built by using the same programming language. Those have been built by using different programming languages. Here we have discussed. So in this department, we are using Java application. In this department, we are using SAP application. For the finance department, Salesforce application. For the HR department, .NET application. Like that, we are using the different applications which have been built by using some different programming languages. So many of the applications have been built by using different platforms. So now integration generally means combining parts, okay, so that they work together or form a whole. That means what? Integration is a feature which is used to combine all these applications interact with each other. To make these applications with each other, to make this application can talk to each other, they can communicate with each other, we are going to be using a feature called as integration. So simply we can say in one sentence, integration is a feature, integration is a way which is used to make two applications can communicate with each other. Whatever the way two people are communicating in the real world, like the similar way we can make two applications can talk to each other, okay, with the help of this integration. Now, so now in this case, as part of this integrations here, whenever we are going to be integrating that Salesforce, we are having the two ways of integrations are available that already I have discussed to you. Like we are having declarative and then programmatic. So for that one, I'm indicating over here. So now we are having the Salesforce application is available. Now this Salesforce application we can integrate with the various systems like ERP system, some accounting packages. Now, so we can integrate that Salesforce application with some ERP systems or the accounting packages. Like we are having Tally. Tally is one of the accounting package. So with that Tally also we can able to integrate that Salesforce. We are having payment gateways for the banking systems. We can able to integrate over here. And then e-commerce or point of sale. E-commerce means what? Online, like as online applications, like as Flipkart, Amazon. With this also we can able to integrate. Point of sale application. Point of sale application means what? Like when you go to the supermarkets or when you go to the shopping malls, whenever we are going to be purchasing some items, then we are going to be making the payment. When you go to the billing counter, they are going to be using a system which will be integrated with the various hardware devices. So that those devices are called as the point of sale application, POS applications. And then we can connect that Salesforce with some third-party databases also, like as Oracle, SQL Server also. We can integrate that Salesforce with the third-party system by using some third-party applications or by using third-party APIs. We can connect this Salesforce with some legacy systems also. Legacy systems means what? Which are very older applications, which are standalone applications, which have been built very long back. which are which has been built very long back, like 30 years before, 40 years before they have implemented. So with those applications also we can able to integrate that Salesforce by using either tools or by using APIs. So tools means it is a declarative, API means it is a programmatical. So that we can integrate the Salesforce with all these kinds of applications by using the tools or by using the API. Now, so we can integrate this Salesforce with all these type of applications by using these tools or by using these APIs. Now, so whenever we are going to be integrating that Salesforce with the third-party systems, we have three ways to integrate that Salesforce with some third-party applications also. Whenever we are integrating, we have three ways are available over here. The first one is user interface integration. Second one is business logic integration. Third one is data integration. User interface integration, business logic integration, and the data integration. What do you mean by user interface integration? User interface integration is nothing but now we can able to integrate that application with some third-party systems also, but the user doesn't know that these applications are integrated internally. The user doesn't know these applications are integrated internally. The user will start off, these all are part of that application only, but internally, these are different systems which are internally integrated with each other. Now, like for example, let's see. For example, assume that I'm using my Gmail application. For example, I'm using a Gmail application. Now, so now as part of Google people are not only providing only the Gmail application, they're providing so many applications also. Like they're providing the Google Search also, Google Maps also, YouTube also, Google Play Store, Google News, Google Contacts, Google Meet, nothing but that meeting links, Google Drive, Google Calendar, Google Translate, Google Shopping, Google Photos, like that. So these are different applications over here. These are different applications. So as soon as once you click on this particular Google Drive, it is opening this Google Drive. Generally, the user will start off, this is also part of the Gmail application, but this is not a part of the Gmail application. It's a separate application which has been internally integrated over there, which has internally integrated by default over there. So in this case, what happened? When the user click on this particular Google Drive, the user will start off, this is also a part of this Gmail application, but this is not the part, this is a separate application which has been integrating through user interface. We no need to write any code. We no need to log into that application directly. We no need to specify separate credentials. Just by using single sign-on, by using a single user interface, by using a single credentials, by using the Gmail account credentials only, we can access the YouTube also, Google Play Store, Google Maps, Google News, Google Drive, everything we can able to access. That means a single sign-on feature. So by using a single user interface, a username and the password, we can access the multiple applications also. That facility is available as part of this. But the user doesn't know. These are different applications. The user will start off, this is also part of this application features. So now this kind of integration is called as a user interface integration. It can be done with the help of the single sign-on. This is called as user interface integration. Now, for example, when you go to this user interface integration, like we are having this Salesforce application is available. Salesforce application can able to interact with that Google also, with the Workday also, with the Concur application, with Amazon, okay, with the various the POS systems also, with the various centralized databases also it can able to connect, okay, by using the single sign-on. Through the single sign-on, it can able to interact with some third-party applications also. That facility is available as part of this user interface integration. Now, so when coming to the business logic integration of the data integration, business logic integration and the data integration we can able to do, okay, with the help of this APIs or with the help of this tools also. Now, by using these APIs or the tools, we can able to integrate that Salesforce with some other third-party applications as well. Like we can use Salesforce App Action products also, Dell's Boomi also, Jitterbit also, NetSuite, Informatica Cloud, or the MuleSoft tool also. We can able to use these tools so that we can able to integrate that Salesforce to interact with the third-party systems, like as legacy systems also, financial systems, HR systems, call center applications, and then the custom internal applications. Everything we can able to interact by using that SOAP API or the REST APIs over here, so that we can able to integrate that Salesforce application with any external systems also. That may be user interface integration, or it may be the business logic or the data integration also. User interface means what? It will be redirecting the user to the third-party application. Directly from there, we can able to access those features. And the business logic or data means what? We can consume the third-party functionalities into our local system, or we can expose our functionality to the third-party systems also. At that time, we are using the help of business logic and data integration, which has been given by Salesforce. These are the three ways of integration is available as part of your Salesforce. User interface integration, and then business logic integration and the data integration. Then how can we do this one? How can we implement this one? So as part of that, we are going to be using the various approaches to implement the business logic and the data integration, like as outbound messaging, email services, call-ins and call-outs. Okay, call-ins means what? We are going to be the call-ins in the sense we are going to be preparing our own web service. We are exposing to the third-party website, third-party systems. Third-party system is going to be invoking our web service, that is called as call-ins. We'll see in tomorrow's session. I will show you what exactly the call-in, what exactly the call-out over here. Call-out means what? If you are invoking the third-party web service, if you are invoking a outside web service, then it is called as call-out. Call-in means what? Whenever the third-party people are invoking our service, like for example, like as incoming, outgoing facility in our mobiles. Incoming means what? Somebody is going to be calling me. Somebody is calling me, that is nothing but incoming. Like the similar way, I am having some web service in my Salesforce instance that is calling, that is invoking by third-party people. So at that time, that is called as call-in. Call-out means what? Like as outgoing. That means here we are going to be making a call to outside people. Like the similar way, third-party people, Java people are having their own web service. I want to invoke that web service from my Salesforce. So through Salesforce, we are going to be invoking the third-party web service that is called as call-out. So that here we are going to be using these features in order to implement the call-in and the call-outs feature. How to implement call-ins, how to implement call-outs, we'll see practically also over there. The facility will be available to you. Like for example, let's see. So now in this case, suppose for example, if the third-party system, the third-party system is available over here. If the third-party system is going to be invoking our own Salesforce service, our own web service, then it is called as call-in, nothing but inbound. Suppose if the Salesforce is invoking the third-party web service, then it is called as outbound, nothing but call-out service. Okay, call-out service. That means external system calls your Salesforce instance, that is called as inbound or call-in. Now Salesforce calls a credit check external application here. Now at that time, this is called as okay call-out feature. How to implement this call-ins, how to implement the call-outs, we'll see practically okay as part of our integration sessions by using the REST implementations. These are the three types of integrations are available: user interface integration, business logic integration, and the data integration. So now here, how to implement this integration as part of our Salesforce instance? Okay, we'll see practically in this course. We'll see as part of this integration course, we are going to be discussing about how to implement this integration by using email services and then Salesforce to Salesforce, REST API and the SOAP API. All this implementation we'll see practically as well. This is the overall introduction about the integration and the various ways that we can use to do the integration. Okay. So tomorrow we'll see the declarative integration, how to integrate the Salesforce with another Salesforce instance, how to transfer the records from one Salesforce organization to another Salesforce organization. We'll see practically in tomorrow's session. In tomorrow's session, we'll see the Salesforce to Salesforce integration. We'll see practically how to implement this functionality. We'll see. So now one thing is, for the development or for the configuration, the people are doing the practice or not, I don't know. But for integration, practice is very, very important. If you're not doing the practice for the integration, then understanding this concept and doing the practice is very, very important. If you're not doing the practice, then in future you will be facing lot of problems. Okay, so that here practice is very, very important for integration. It's a mandatory thing. Without the practice, we can't understand the remaining features for the concept. So that practice is very, very important over here. Okay. So tomorrow we'll see the Salesforce to Salesforce integration through configuration without writing any code. I will show you that how to implement each and every step-by-step functionality. We'll see practically in tomorrow's session. Okay. So please be available for tomorrow's session tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. Okay, same timings, 8 to 10 we'll be having the session tomorrow. Yeah.